Welcome to Western Extreme this week, part 2 in predator control. This is a really special show. We're in British Columbia in one of the greatest cougar or cat areas in all of North America. The record books are filled with the huge cats that lived in this territory. We have exclusive rights to be able to hunt over 1,200 square miles. We're looking for huge toms. My really good friend Denver from K9 Cougar Canyon Outfitters migrated from North Dakota and bought a huge outfit out here in British Columbia. The one thing that he loves to do is cat hunt. But this week here in Western Extreme, we're going to look deeper. We're going to look at a lot of the problems associated with predators, and we're going to find out how we all can be a part of predator control.
Western Extreme, brought to you by Bowtech. Refuse to follow. Can-Am. The facts say a lot, but the ride says it all. Shell Rotella. The engine oil that works as hard as you. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. Brought to you by Firestone. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Well, day 2 of our BC mountain lion hunt. Yes, Boone and Crockett, and we're in British Columbia. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a booner. I'm excited. I've been able to take several mountain lions here on the Western Extreme show, and but this week is special. I've got the entire week plotted out. We're able to hunt, and now we're on day 2. Yesterday we were able to tree a cat. It wasn't what we were looking for, and so hopefully today we're gonna be able to find some tracks. Got fogged in. We had some more snow last night, and the really key part of this whole thing is to get some snow dump and then allow it to, breathe for 6 or 7 hours for those cats to physically move around. And obviously we still got a lot of deer, we got a lot of moose up and about this elevation, so most likely we're gonna be able to find a cat track over the next few hours. I'm excited. Day 2. I've been fortunate. I've been able to hunt all over, from deer and elk, moose, caribou, the plains game all over Africa, to the dangerous 7, elephant, buffalo, rhino, the crocodile, and the ultimate dangerous game and predators. I've had some close encounters with lions and elephants and rhinos, even a buffalo here in North America. But back here on our home turf, predators like coyotes, bobcats, bears, and mountain lions. These lions, to me, are the ultimate hunting challenge here at home. Its entire existence really relies on its kills to survive. Well guys, we've been able to show you a bunch of different cat hunts over the course of time here on Western Extreme, but this year for me is different because I'm basically sitting with a cat expert, and I have learned more about tracking cats this year than I ever have, and it makes me want to pursue them even more, and it makes the hunt even more exciting for me. So I'm hoping that I'm inspiring you to come out and cat hunt. In front of us, we drew a track here in the snow to give you some similarities, and we're discussing the difference between a male and a female mountain lion track. And so we basically drew its 4 toes, right?
That's right.
And so what's the real difference? What are we looking for, the difference between the 2 of them?
You're looking for more masculinity in a tom track. You can just see it in one way. The toes are like an olive shape. They're more rounded. The back of their pad is more pushed out, or a female, it's tighter. The toes look more like an almond.
And then the size
nut
as well,
yes.
Right?
And then of course the size.
Okay, so this would be like an almond style toe, that would be shaped, and then that would look more like an olive on that pinky, and the ring finger right there is more of a tom track. So it's kind of very unique, and it's really cool. So The more that I get to look at them, the more profile that I look, the more that I watch how they walk and how they're in a line and the separation, the stride between them, the more I'm able to identify them, which is pretty exciting. The hunt is just so much different than a deer or an elk or a bear hunt that you'll ever do. You got to come out and see the dogs work. You got to be able to, live in the snow for a week and run the snowmobiles and check every track that you're looking at, and you just see so much wildlife and realize that there's so much game concentrated in these one places. But this is pretty exciting, you guys, and thanks a lot, man. Thanks for teaching me that. Someday I'm going to become a cat hunter. Well, maybe you're the cat hunter and I'm the shooter. Think about a deer's survival. It has to live through severe winters. It's both a grazer and a browser depending on the time of the year. It walks in the springtime all the way down into lowlands up into the high country to spend its summer. It fights off diseases. It has to live through all of the predators. Now we all know coyotes, especially in packs, can make a huge difference and impact on the young fawns in the spring. Black bears hunt those same fawns for months on end after they come out of hibernation and they've acclimated themselves. During the springtime, black bears can be devastating on a population of young deer. It's not unlikely to watch them walk right above the trail, downwind, looking for those young fawns that have just been born from their mother. The odds of their survival during this time of year is very, very low. Now, bears are definitely one of those animals that we have to be able to keep in check. Both the grizzly and the black bears. Now, black bears, I believe, are the number 2 most hunted animal in all of North America, due to the fact that black bears are in most every state in the United States. And in many part of our western states, and all over British Columbia, as well as Alberta, Canada, the number 1 most controversial animal that is hunting a lot of our deer and elk and moose population are wolves. The real problem with wolves is they have a huge home range, and deer and elk and moose all live in pockets. The invasion of wolves without having some kind of a hunting source, in my opinion, needs to be addressed. I cannot describe to you how many kills over the course of a week that we saw in Alberta, Canada. The thousands and thousands of tracks, 20-some sightings in under 5 days. These packs are extremely deadly during this time of year, are making a huge dent, and will continually grow and move into new territories and affect those little pockets of game populations throughout our hunting territories. We're going to go to Alberta, Canada, and we're going to call our very first wolves here on Western Extreme. Now, this is something I've never done before, and being out here in Alberta and seeing thousands and thousands of tracks in the snow, in a big open flat where the vittles really bring the elk and the deer population out during the winter. You have to realize that it's extremely difficult for these animals to survive. They have to live all the way through these different predators during their first part of their lives. I set that call up, and sure enough, with my really good friend Rick Stewart, I look over, and here comes a really big, mature salt and pepper wolf.
Got him, buddy.
Dude, we got him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You guys, we have just taken my very first wolf here in Alberta, Canada. There's been a lot of them around here. We called 2 other ones that we didn't get on camera just a few hours ago. And there has been so many wolf tracks, and these things are playing an absolute devastation, on the deer and the elk and the moose calves, and the population has grown to where they have to be ran in check, and we just laid the hammer down on a big wolf. Dude, I think that was a big one. There have been times when I've watched from a distance wolves hunt elk, moose, deer, and even kill a lot of the dogs that we hunt mountain lions with. The population is growing. Well, Rick, thanks a lot, man. What an absolutely spectacular hunt. Look at that, you guys. A wolf, a real alpha male, big, huge wolf out here in Alberta, Canada. I want to thank you so much for joining us. This is one of those spectacular hunts, one of the very special animals that we were able to catch up with here in Western Extreme. I've often said that I want to give back more than I take. I want to give back or leave the resource healthier than when I arrived. Nowadays, a hunter has so many opportunities and so many places that he or she can hunt. And I think oftentimes we forget about those off-season adventures, hunting predators, that we as an entire united force need to be able to hunt those animals in order to keep them in check so that our deer, our elk, and our moose population stays stable. You know what the most exciting part is? This cat has no idea that he's about ready to pay tax. He's been eating our deer, and we're gonna give him the hot sauce. This cat, when he's in the tree, I guarantee you we're gonna shoot him because the size of this track is what we're looking for. He's a big, big kitty cat, big kitty cat. If you've spent time in the woods, chances are that you've been near many cats and never even know they're there. Their stealth, their awareness, they're extremely intelligent, and without being able to hunt them with dogs, most likely you would live a lifetime and not even have a single encounter with one of them. That's how smart and weary they really are. Well, the dogs are in front of us, and we're just tracking up this cat. We've almost come to the end of our chase. 105 yards up the hill. Dogs are treed. Let's go see what we got. The dogs were underneath one of these big trees right here, and they're so big that they weren't getting a lot of scent off of them, off the cat. So the cat's probably in the tree, and the dogs have just done a big circle around again. So it's a mystery. Where is the cat? Fog coming in. Man, if he was way up in one of these trees, it'd be a 60-yard shot uphill. Well, guys, we have the tree that the cat's in, and believe it or not, we can't find him in it. You can see the claw marks where the cat climbed up into it, but this is like one of those really weird trees that has a bunch of branches that it's so dense and it's so tall that you can't see into it. I don't know if I could get higher on the hill and be able to glass up in there or not, but that cat's definitely in that tree. That tree right there is so dense that it's very hard to see, but behind me, about 12 yards away, you can just see the outline of the silhouette of that cat. I can't tell if it's a female or a male yet. It looks like a mature cat, but to me it looks a little bit too small for what we're going to shoot here in British Columbia, knowing that some monster cats are around. This is the very first day. This is a third set of tracks that we have found today. And the dogs did a really good job and put that cat up in the tree. We're going to go ahead and let her go. So, yep, dead females don't leave tracks, and dead females don't make more toms. So
that's right.
We're going to go ahead and let this one go, and we're going to find us a big Boone and Crockett. That's on your list, your agenda. That's on your to-do list. My to-do list is to shoot him, and your to-do list is to find me
one.
Find me a Boone and Crockett cat.
You got that.
We're in British Columbia. Man, that was really cool, guys. Really, really cool. Well, the dogs are 1 for 1. See what we do tomorrow. Okay guys, welcome back to the show. Over the last few hours, we have been on the snowmobiles up high country looking for cat tracks, and we have found several of them today. And I was in my truck driving around the corner around that 40 mile an hour downhill sign, and directly in front of my truck ran a mountain lion. And you can see right here where he ran down the tracks. Talk about one of the luckiest events that I've ever had. We track miles. We've been in the high country. We're in the middle of British Columbia, and on pavement, we just watched this mountain lion cross the road. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna throw some dogs, and we're gonna catch this kitty cat. Right here, go get him. Go get him. That's it. Go get him. Go get him. All right, guys, we just released the dogs. This is a cool story. For those of you just joining us, I saw this cat physically cross the road in front of me, and we just dumped the dog. So we're less than 10 minutes away from this cat right now. When we first saw the track, we've had a lot of melting snow over the last few days, and we found 3 different cat tracks today, and this is definitely the freshest one. Now, out of all of the time that I've spent in my life in the field, thousands of days, millions of miles, I've walked everywhere, I've only ever seen 3 mountain lions cross the road in front of me, and this is now number 4. So this is really a neat thing. They, like I said before, we hunt right where they live and we never see them. This is really a cool find. We're gonna tree this cat. We're so close on his trail. We've got some awesome dogs. This is incredible, absolutely incredible. This is day number 5, and every single day we've treated a cat. This is a 20-minute-old track. We put the dogs down, and on this flat, not even 500 yards from where I saw him cross the road, that cat is now in the tree right there. And obviously it's a female. It's not something we want to shoot, and not something we normally would throw the dogs down on, but it is very good training for them. And because we saw the cat, we thought it would be fun to tree him. So guys, that is cat number 4 in the last 5 days, and one eluded us last night and we lost the scent on him, but we have treed a cat nearly every day that we've been here. Pretty impressive, the amount of cats alone. And this is our 3rd set of tracks today, but pretty cool. That's a really cool little female, and obviously we're not going to shoot her, but it's really a neat spectacle to be able to spend time and look at these things. Well, we've come to an end on our 2nd predator control here on Western Extreme. And yes, next week, we're gonna look at the ultimate. I'm gonna finish my quest on a mountain lion hunt here in British Columbia with Canine and Cougar Canyon Outfitters, my good friend Denver. We're hunting a world-renowned place for mountain lions. More huge mountain lions have been taken here than any other place in all of North America. These are shows that I'm extremely proud of, ones that I hope bring awareness to the problems that are happening with predators all over our great nation that are having a huge effect on our deer, moose, and elk populations. These animals have to be managed. Sportsmen need to take it into their own hands to ethically and legally be able to pursue these animals for the betterment of our healthy population of deer, elk, and moose that we so love, that we as sportsmen pay for. Almost in every case that I can think about as I travel the world, when a hunter puts value on an animal, there are more of them. Our dollars make a difference in game conservation. Hunters are the greatest conservationists of the world. When the snow starts to fall this fall, look in to do some predator hunting. Save some elk, some deer, and some moose, and be part of Western Extreme.
Western Extreme, brought to you by Bowtech. Refuse to follow. Can-Am. The facts say a lot, but the ride says it all. Shell Rotella. The engine oil that works as hard as you. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. Brought to you by Firestone. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.